All right, so the floor is particle board, and if you know anything about that, you know that for its entire lifetime it gives off VOCs, which isn't good for your system. And it's kind of a small space, so we want to cut down on that. But we left the particle board, and I ran, you can probably still see the light here, between the seams and where all the nail lines were. Um, so wood filler, and I spent about 4 hours sanding that down, which is why I look kind of rough today. But I wanted to talk to you about this product, which is going down next, which is our primer. And it's unique in that it seals all the VOCs, which is why I picked from this company,
SafeCoat.
Yeah, SafeCoat. So the next time you see this floor, it should have all the primer on, and we'll see how that looks. All right, so we got up at 5 a.m. and put the prime coat down on the trailer floor for both the interior and the exterior, which is going to function as our patio on some occasions when the weather permits. And it gave a pretty nice coverage, but I'm doing two different, same color, but two different lines for the interior and the exterior. For the interior, I'm using the Eco paint, which has a textured non-slip finish. Besides being waterproofing and giving us a nice color, we're not going to slip and slide on the floor, on the inside of the cabin. And on the exterior, that's an interior paint, so we can't use this out here. But same line that the primer was in is this SafeCoat exterior paint. Now this one is actually supposed to go on with only one coat, but we'll see. So that's scheduled, and we'll try and do this on the same day, first coats, and see how that turns out. The
Non-skid too?
no, that's not non-skid. It's but it is an exterior paint, so it will protect the boards when we have this opened in case it rains. Although I think we're going to put a tarp over things, but just in case, sometimes you get surprise showers. And but the same company that distributed both of these products gave me the same color, so it should have a nice flow when we're done, and we'll get back to you later when all that work's finished.
Does that also stop the fumes from coming up, or is that just the primer?
The primer is primarily for holding down the fumes, but all of these paints have no VOCs associated with them, like you find in a lot of store brand products where, well, we've all run into rooms where you freshly painted the walls and you can smell that. That's not happening with these paints because it doesn't have any VOCs. So that's not going to hang out in our living space, and so that'll be nice. Okay, well, we're done. The floor is painted and sealed. Started out with the primer, the SafeCoat primer. Okay, you definitely want to use this stuff. I put it down and came back to it 2 days later. Walked into the trailer, and you know that normal aroma that you get when you walk in? Gone. Totally gone. It smells fresh. So that worked excellent. Then I followed that with the Eco paint with the no skid finish, and put the first coat on that, which went okay. But then the second coat, it definitely doesn't agree with the SafeCoat primer. So I had to go back, sand it down, and then cover it with the SafeCoat exterior paint, which you're seeing now is the finish with just one more coat of the SafeCoat exterior paint. which was lovely. And this worked out pretty good because we still have the no skid from the remainder of the eco paint, but we got to adhere the final finish, and probably it's nice to have an exterior paint anyway since muddy shoes and all. The eco paint is really nice, but you just can't put it on top of that SafeCoat primer. So if you're doing this in a camper trailer over plywood, I'd recommend just going with the SafeCoat, period. Although this does work out for us, having the no skid finish a little bit. So there it is. We're ready to put up walls now.
Well, maybe in a year do a follow-up of how it held up.
Yeah, we'll get back to you when everything's together. We're going to do our first travel in this critter, and keep following us for our travels and such, and see how this stuff holds up. All right, we'll talk to you later.